What's going on, guys? It's Kyle. Welcome to the Stock Goat YouTube channel. In today's video, we're going to be covering the SoFi stock and also the overall market. So I thought March was going to be a solid month, a little bit of a bounce back from what we had in February. Turns out we got the exact opposite because Trump continues to use the naughty little T word every single morning, which is completely okay because in the end, nobody really knows, how he's going to implement these tariffs, for how long. Is it going to be for weeks, months, or years? So right now, the volatility could be opportunity. And there's a lot of people out there, a lot of smart people that are buying up, these dips. And we also had over a 10% correction on the QQQ. And if it wasn't for Jerome Powell, on Friday, I believe we would have dipped into 15% correction territory if Powell didn't come out and say a couple nice things. So that gave us a little bit of a relief. We hit about a negative 11% correction. This was a very fast correction, which we really needed because the mega caps have been running for 3-4 years solid, just no dips at all. But you're starting to see some of the large top seven, Mag 7, really start to pull back. You're not seeing it in a company like Apple, which is down like 10%, but you are seeing it in Nvidia and Tesla down over 30% and over 50%. And I know there's thousands of people on this channel that also love, Tesla and Nvidia. Those are also, solid companies for the long term, the future. But as you guys can see, there's really no sector out there that's, not getting a massive, massive correction. And SoFi is participating in this correction, but it's not as bad as some of these other names out there. It's just, a modest correction right now. We'll look at a lot of other names, but this could be a buying opportunity. And I'm going to show you some bullish things that's going on with SoFi, the company inside of the company right now, where we could potentially be headed, guys. Right now, no one can predict the stock price, but we can continue to look at the fundamentals. As boring as that sound, I know nobody wants to buy the dip for 3-4 years because that's not really fun. Even though you're investing, no one wants to just sit and buy the dips for half a decade or anything like that. So eventually, when things clear up, I believe we are going to make our way out of this correction. And I believe 2025 is going to be a solid year. Just going off of what Anthony Noto has said, 2025, the best year in SoFi's history. And we haven't had one earnings report inside of 2025 yet. We've just had nonstop volatility, with tariffs, macro, inflation, potential recession, unemployment going higher, jobs getting cut. It's a lot of stuff you can't control. What you can control is looking for opportunities when stocks go on sale. And that's what we're going to be looking at today. And I'm going to show you some bullish things that I'm seeing with SoFi. If you find any of this information useful, be sure to smash the like button, drop a comment. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We'll be keeping you updated daily. All right, guys, let's just start real simple. Look at the fear and greed index. A year ago, we were at 73, high greed, going into extreme greed. And now we're dipping into the 17 extreme fear last week. Now we're at 20 extreme fear. So that's what happens when you get a 11% correction on the QQQ. I would have loved to seen a 15% correction, but it looks like Jerome Powell saved us from that happening on Friday because we would have dipped another 10 points on the QQQ and we would have been at like 13-14% pretty fast. We did get a 17% correction on IWM, but just that index as a whole is just, dog crap. The stuff that they put in there, it doesn't really make sense. And, that thing really never goes up. But it's a good sign that it is down, 17% the other day because, SoFi is considered a small to mid cap. So that could be more upside for the back half of 2025. Jerome Powell came out and said, labor market solid, inflation closer to 2% longer term goal. Fed Chair Powell says he's not worried about the economy, just going off of what Trump's been saying lately. So it looks like we're doing very solid right now as an economy. Just talking about tariffs and these tariffs getting implemented for a couple weeks and pulled back, it's going to take more than that to stop the U.S. economy. We're going to have to see, but right now Jerome Powell is liking what he's seeing, and we have a big CPI report on Wednesday, I believe, and that's going to make the market either go down another 3% or potentially up 3%. So get ready for Wednesday, guys. More volatility heading at you this week. But look at this, guys. You go back to true inflation right now. Look at this. It has a cliff dive in the midpoint of February. That's the report we're going to be getting this month, the full February report. But look at this, at the midway point of February, you just had a cliff dive, starting the beginning of March, and you're looking at 1.3% true inflation, while the government right here is still reporting 3% on their data points. Looks like we're just still struggling with housing and rent. That's being a big part of the inflation data. But right now, true inflation is showing 1.3%. And that's why it looks like Fed Jerome Powell is, believes that we're going to get closer to that 2% pretty soon. All right, guys. And we had some breaking news come out. Website traffic. Understand this does not affect the stock price when this news comes out, but it could affect the company, which should correlate to the stock price over the longer term. And you guys can see website traffic February update has come in. SoFi is about to have a monster Q1. This is what I believe. February website traffic 17.9 million. This is the second highest in company history. So we've already got the first 2 months for 2025. Anthony Noto in 2024 said, hey, best macro environment that I believe, best environment for SoFi. And so far, top 2 months in SoFi's history. So far, what Anthony Noto has said is, coming true, because you're seeing insane website traffic. So it looks like demand for their products is high and their marketing is working. Look at the last 7 months before this upcoming report. You can see everything was pretty much at the 16, mid 16, 15 range, 15 million. And you can see January we jumped up to 19.5, and then February 17.9 million. So we did pull back about 8%, but I had to read the comments from what people were talking about. A lot of people were saying, hey, shorter month, this amount of days. Right here, February had 31 days. So I did the math on this, and I could not believe what I was seeing, guys. It looks like with the, different amount of days inside of the month, it looks like February would have actually have been higher website traffic than January. And look at the data. I'm going to show you real quick. All right, guys, here it is right here. 31 days in January, 19.5 million traffic. Divide that by the 31 days, you're getting 629,000, traffic per day. And then we go over to February, guys. Look at this, 28 days, 17.9 million divided by 28 days. We got 639,000 website traffic. So 10,000 more hits a day. If you just put that math at 639 on, the upcoming month for March, 31 days, you're looking at 19.8 million, a new all-time high, guys. We're about to start clipping into the 20 million website traffic range per month. So we could easily be getting to 1 million member ads per quarter every 3 months pretty soon. And that is going to be a huge milestone for SoFi of just taking market share from all these other fintechs, legacy banks, small regional banks, guys. And, potentially in the future, 2-3 years later, we may be getting 2 million members a quarter, but I think 1 million members is coming pretty soon. Let's just look at the buying opportunities that we're potentially seeing right now. Is this a good time to buy? Is this oversold, or, is there a bigger correction happening? Let's just take a look, okay? Looking at the Mag 7, you got Apple, 10% correction. If Apple would have pulled back 15, 20%, the QQQs would have likely hit, a 15% correction, but they only hit 11% correction, which is good. But we want to get into that 15% range, but it's hard to do that if Apple is showing so much strength. Then you have Microsoft, not bad, 17%, Google, 18%, Meta, 19%. You want to see all these really get to 20%. Amazon 21%, but look at Nvidia and Tesla, guys. These are getting hammered. Negative 30% on Nvidia and negative 49% on Tesla. I personally believe Nvidia is probably the best buy out of all of these names right here, and maybe second and third Google, Tesla, guys. These are good pullbacks, but it just looks like right now, Apple is the big reason why QQQ is not really pulling back hard. And then if you look at some of the other high volatility names that retail likes, you got PayPal negative 23%, Hood negative 33%, Nubank 32%, SoFi negative 34%, and then Upstart negative 43%. So you can see it doesn't really matter what stock you're in. Every stock is pretty much getting hit the same. Besides, Apple. But right now, you really can't complain. This is a good buying opportunity because SoFi is moving at the same pullback as Nubank and Hood right now, and Upstart even more volatility. So guys, everything is pretty much on sale here. You just need to find companies that you believe is going to have a really good 2025, and just going off of, the website traffic, the marketing and brand awareness growing for SoFi. I think SoFi down here on this list is one of the better buying opportunities, maybe potentially with Robinhood, how they're absolutely killing it on Bitcoin right now with transaction volume skyrocketing. But this may finally be the chance for SoFi to compete with Robinhood after getting screwed the past 3 years, getting their Bitcoin, removed off their platform. Look at this. U.S. regulator OCC confirms banks can engage in Bitcoin and crypto services like asset custody. Guys, this is a business that was growing extremely fast for SoFi. I mean, it was like 1% of revenue at the time, but it was heading to like 5% of revenue the way it was growing. And we just lost all this potential revenue stream that just, got taken away from us, while Robinhood has just executed the last 3 years and seen revenue go to all-time highs, $1 billion revenues per quarter. But this may be SoFi's chance to start to catch up. It's going to be a bigger flywheel because, they could add people on crypto very, very cheaply and then sell them to other financial service products and just have, more revenue coming in. But guys, this is for, chartered banks. Okay. A lot of these other banks aren't, federally chartered. SoFi went the hard route and got that, that charter. And, this is what SoFi has been waiting for. And you can see right here, Anthony Noto today said it's a whole new day. We don't know if he's talking about this crypto Bitcoin regulation, but hey, it really feels like it because he never really tweets like this. And this is something that we've been waiting on for a long time, taken away from us for 3 years. But because, Trump has been elected, it looks like, this has been something SoFi has been, gearing towards the comeback. But right now, it looks like good news for the OCC. We may have to wait a couple more months, but hey, it looks like we could potentially be really close. This could be a new revenue stream coming in for SoFi on top of, the subscription service, on top of the loan platform business really starting to skyrocket. A lot of good things are happening for SoFi right now. A lot of companies are, all in the same correction territory. If you made it to the end of the video, I want to say I really do appreciate it. I enjoyed doing this video for you. We're going to keep you updated weekly on all the breaking news with the SoFi stock and the overall market. We will get by this correction. It's a quick correction. It happened very quick, but I still think we could turn it around in March, especially if we get some good CPI data on Wednesday. Jerome Powell said economy is still strong. Right now, Trump's just using the T word a lot, and that is causing a lot of volatility, a lot of fear. But hey, it's causing good names to pull back. We needed a correction, and I believe we're going to go a lot higher in the future, back half of 2025. So be sure to smash the like button, drop a comment, subscribe to the channel. We'll keep you updated daily. Hope you have a great day.